it says, all right, good night. What time is this, what is the time for this both events? Can you be specific, please?
Okay, the ACAS, last ACAS transmission was 107. Okay, we don't know when the ACAS was switched off after that. It was supposed to transmit 30 minutes from there, another transmission, but that transmission did not come true. That was the very last transmission of the ACAS, 107. When it got switched off, anytime between then to the next 30 minutes. Okay. As far as the pilot com or the pilot communication, I understand according to the record, it was about 119. I understand.
I can confirm that it's 119 where we got the last transmission from the cockpit that says all right, good night.
But how do you know then that this because the Mr. Minister, yesterday you said that the ACAS was disabled, before the pilot say all right, good night to the control tower. Isn't that the means that whoever is at the cockpit is misleading the control tower and saying that?
No, I think they're going to the realm of speculation.
Okay. So can you at least confirm that, sir?
No, I don't think you want to go down that route. Because what I said yesterday were based on facts that have been corroborated and verified.
Okay, next question, please, sir.
Question from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation. Is it unusual that wasn't detected, for example, from the tower, that the ACAS was switched off? Is that something that would normally come up on a warning light or something like that?
No, there's no indication in the tower for the communication of the pilot at that point of flight is from our air traffic control center, and we have no indication at the control center to say that the ACAS was switched off. It was revealed when we did the investigation that the information was not downloaded by the ACAS to the center in MES.
Can I just ask another question? People are a bit confused as to why it's two distinct corridors rather than every possibility between the two corridors where the plane might have gone. Why is the satellite saying that was that corridor there and then completely direction is that corridor there?
It is very technically processed and researched, and we got the 6 handshake by Inmarsat, the satellite service provider, and the satellite is geosatellite on top of Indian Ocean and looking at a very big area, and they have latitude, and the satellite can only see the aircraft at an elevation, and they can see this aircraft elevation of 40 degrees, and the only point of the only information of each of the handshake is a time where the handshake took place, and we don't know where it is. There's no indication of no coordinates. Therefore, we calculated from the last point at Straits of Malacca. We calculated, we route the aircraft on the minimum speed that 777 could do, and the maximum speed. The minimum speed goes to Laos, ended in Laos, and the maximum speed ended at the edge of Caspian Sea on the North Corridor. Therefore, the North Corridor stretches from Laos right to Caspian Sea, whereas on the south route, the minimum speed goes at this west of Sumatra, and the maximum speed goes down to the south of Indian Ocean. Therefore, the southern corridor stretches from east of Sumatra, right to south of Indian Ocean. And that's been verified by NTSB, FAA, AAIB. The Chinese talked to us today, and we showed to them. They agree with the findings, and the French is also study here, and we're going to talk to them tomorrow and show them what
As you
we
can
have done.
appreciate, the area is concerned is huge. And what we've been doing since the Prime Minister announced it a few days ago is try and narrow this. And that is why the countries that are closest and or have assets, whether satellite, radar, or assets on the ground, have been contacted. This is actually to reduce the area that we are looking at the moment.
Okay, please, your question, please.
Minister, Yanni from Straits Singapore. Can you tell us that last week the passengers' families were told to expect the worst? Is this position being maintained at the moment right now, or is there some hope, more hope that some passengers are surviving this? The second question is that can you confirm whether foreign security agencies have vetted and cleared the backgrounds of the pilots?
On a personal basis, for the families, I always pray, whether if it's hope against hope, but the urgency and the ground that you need to cover, it is very important for us to focus, and that's why we have impressed on everybody not to speculate, because when we have to look into speculative reports, it will distract us from our immediate concern, which is to find the aircraft.
Hello, question from CNN Pyongyang. The U.S. FBI says that they have a team ready to deploy to Malaysia, but it has specifically not been asked by the country to assist beyond the 2 agents it already has here.
That's not
Is
true.
there a reluctance to?
That's not
accept
true.
more help?
That's clearly a false information, because I've been working with the FBI from day one.
City Morning Herald. What is the best calculation after 8/11, when the last time it was known, confirmed time? How long after that could it have flown?
We estimate it could have another 30 minutes of fuel, depending on the speed it's flying.
Okay, please.
Lucy Watson, ITV News. It's nearly 10 days has passed now, a series of errors, multiple criticisms. Is it not time for the Malaysian government to admit that they have made some mistakes and apologise to the families?
I think that's purely erroneous, because I've also got a lot of feedback that in the circumstances that we are facing, we have been very responsible in our actions. I think it is very irresponsible of you to say that this is the case.
Good evening, gentlemen. You're live on Sky News from London. A couple of
Hi.
questions for you, if I may. There's a report that this flight was on a commercial flight corridor of 5,000 feet. Can you confirm that? And do you have any hope whatsoever that this plane could still be intact, or have you given up hope?
Well, as far as the report at 5,000 feet, we're not aware of that report. I think it's something that the investigation team has to look into.
It doesn't come from us.
It doesn't come from us.
The fact that there are no distress signals, there are no ransom notes, there are no parties claiming to be responsible, there's always hope.
Yes, please, your question, sir.
Andrew Stevens, CNN. It's been more than 48 hours now since that simulator was taken by police and investigated. What have you found out so far?
When the time comes, the chief of police will report that to the media.
When will that be, sir?
I'll check
It's
with
2
him.
days.
I'll check with him.
Seth Doe, CBS News. Just to follow up on 2 points others have raised. So, one question: the working knowledge is that it was the co-pilot who said, "All right, good night." And then the other question: it seems that this ACAR system could have been switched off between 107 and 137, but that communication came at 119. So, is it possible the ACAR system was switched off after that communication with the controller?
We don't know when the aircraft system was switched off. All we know is the last transmission, and we did not receive the next transmission. Okay?
A lot has been, I guess, a lot has been made that that came after that system had been switched off.
It's TAT.
that the pilot or someone in the cockpit communicating this all right, good night message came after the system had been switched off?
Well, like I said, the inspection team is looking at all possibilities because they have to go through and run through the proper simulation of the cockpit.
And that is why I
Yeah.
think we need to focus on finding the aircraft. The quicker we get to the black box, those questions will be answered. I think we'll have one more question.
One last question, please, your question.
I'm from Xinhua News Agency. At this moment, most of Chinese people are becoming increasingly anxious about this incident, but the search and rescue and investigations move slowly. So has Malaysia's government ever thought about using any social networkings and social media to help with establishing more effective and efficient way of communication with Chinese people? You know, some applications like Weibo and WeChat, it covers a number of 750 million population in China, and we may assist you with this actually.
Yes, it would, and that's why I'm on Weibo myself. Secondly, I've been on CCTV, and that has been beamed across the world. And the feedback that I've got is very positive in trying and understand and appreciate what the families are going through. I've always said that whatever we do, we have to think of what the families are going through. That is why we have to be very responsible in coming out with the statements, and they must be verified and corroborated. Because at the end of the day, if they are not and found to be false, the people that are going to suffer most are those very families that you are trying to protect. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media. That's all for today. We'll meet again tomorrow.